Thank you very much, Reginald. And yes, we are in game. This, of course, is not live. Don't worry, they're not wondering how to defuse the bomb. This is not VGHS. They are aware of how to defuse the bomb. And the knife round has been won. Not often you see a plant and a knife round, is it?
Bonus money.
Yeah.
Yep. So possible round 1 AWP.
It was a team ace for Argentina.
So I mean, Argentina obviously going to be starting off on that CT side, which is going to favor Johnny Boy, right? We said obviously with the desk, that big offer, they use him, make big plays, and then of course that helps with window. But we're still a man down, so we're going to be waiting a little bit here, Harold.
We are indeed going to be waiting a little bit. I think someone was just fiddling away with their contrast, making sure it was working, and No Nick has arrived in the server. It's quite easy to forget No Nick because he's literally called No Nick.
Yep.
So like, it's not like you can remember his nickname because he doesn't have one. It's just No Nick.
I see that.
Yeah.
So we just call him No?
No.
Just No.
Nonic.
All right. Maybe it is one word.
Maybe it is. Maybe his name is Nonic. Nonic 2L. So, we are live, of course, Argentina versus France. And, well, France have been coming in looking like they're on the upwards grind.
Yeah.
They haven't had the best day.
No, that's it.
Week. Yeah.
I think it's actually kind of surprising that of all the teams we've seen them struggle with, teams
Yeah.
of lesser calibers, that they then take the map off of Canada once they have Davy. Obviously, Canada's been playing with that man down, right? And then when they're on full force, that's when France gets their best results. So, I mean, we've spoken, of course, how Argentina were prepared for this event, how they could potentially be that upset potential. But if this is a completely new France, then from what we've seen in the rest of the tournament, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I feel like there is skill on Argentina. You definitely have MBL, massive fragger. Johnny Boy can just be insane. And if they're on point, they have a chance. But France should be the dominating factor here, especially coming off the back of a really moralizing win. They should be able to just come into this and say, okay, j'arrive à le mirage, je suis fragueur, j'adore le frag.
There you go. That's spot on French. But it's going to be the A split, of course, off the 2 sets of utility, both Fuchs and Mistu already expending that. And they're going to go for that CT control. So Argentina just having to fall back entirely. Can, of course, go for the retake, as Tutan does have a smoke and defuse kit. But Shock over here towards CT is going to be the first casualty of the round, and it's France to the man advantage. No Nick tagged in the engagement, still sits on 48, but the CTs do, of course, have a 3-pronged assault with Johnny Boy coming in from the ramp to take back 1. That's, of course, going to now elicit the push from Argentina. They close the distance, and NBL takes the player off the site. It's only 3 left standing, and everybody over here towards CT, so it should be a bloodbath, but there's a man on the bomb, and so if they don't shoot him now with only 2 HP, he will find the defuse, and he does.
Yes, so Argentina take themselves a great round there, and France, they look so dominant. No Nick was on No Nick form, hitting that shot, headshot straight away. But unfortunately for France, it's not going to be any more. There is the deagle coming out from No Nick, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a kill coming through from him. He is pretty mental. He's pretty bananas with that deagle. But right now, this is Argentina taking the instant lead, getting themselves into a great position. And if they want to win this game, this is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the strongest start possible, right? You've got yourselves already the denier to France's T side. Yeah, Selos leaving. Already damaged out, though. 3 players on the side of the Frenchman who are not armored, currently already tagged. Tutan going to be trying to find corrupt players on the cross, and he will grab 1, but he has to be cautious as both players now engaging from the windows. It's Tommy to go for the wide peek, takes down 2. Man still up behind the van, that's XMS, and then the support from No Nick eventually coming to the site, but again, they have nothing in this situation. Because they don't initially overwhelm Argentina on the site, they're just going to get bottlenecked, as we saw, and then topple 1 by 1. So an easy conversion point for Argentina. They dodge that potential upset, and already we've got Johnny Boy on that AWP in round number 3.
And that's thanks to Tommy getting absolutely massive money made. He had that MP7, and he was just going to town. He was like Biggie Smalls, just making money, spending it, buying ops for his team. Like, yeah, I got money. You take this, man. Just, yeah, smoke on this. And so Johnny Boy, he's up on that AWP straight off the mark, and I really want to see him do some work. Buy is out, of course, for France, but not a massive amount of utility to play with. It's going to be more of a contact play. Get into the site, shoot, go, go, go. Get all assets ready to fly. And France, of course, they should know how to use assets, being the 3rd nuclear power in the world. So XMS working his way forward. He's going to be just trying to get some damage done, and there it is, taking down Tommy, and that's a great opening into the round now. 1 man down. That's Straka going to follow as Keo will dispatch of him, going for an aggressive push up in Palace, and that is going to be the end of the round, unless Argentina can get back into it right now. And there it is. NBL comes in, takes down Mistu. Really quick kill with the flashbang is perfect. And he's given himself a little bit of mid-control away back into this one. But Fuchs, he wants the head. NBL peeking out like a little pineapple on a pineapple shooting range. it's going to be France trying to get themselves back into this. Of course, still with the man advantage. Even if they lose a man, they still have the advantage. And Johnny Boy and MBL, tag team duo, both fraggers, both mad hatters, going in for this, just trying to get some work done. But right now, slowing it down. France, they don't want to go and lose what they already have. Keo needs to be very careful here. MBL is going to have the opportunity of a lifetime as he comes in from behind, takes one, goes to the spray down. Not too much more going to come, but it's still equal until Tutenhen is unchecked. Nonic finding Johnny Boy, but the bomb's down now, and it's all on Nonic. We know he can frag. He's had a bad game. He's had a good game. Can he make this a great round as he works his way forward? 26 seconds. He's in a perfect position here. They have no idea where he's coming from. Tutenhen. He's heard him. He knows that he's around. And Nonic, he needs to just find a kill right now, but he's been spotted. Tutenhen has taken him out of the equation. 3-0 for Argentina, despite an incredible start coming out from France. But let us note, no AWP saved.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that start from France, it helps, of course, that the fact that they don't have any utility, right? You mentioned it going into the round. And yet, despite having that stark disadvantage in the nades, it doesn't matter because they sit, they wait, and allow for for Argentina to try and take that initiative, right? That's what nets France their opening. And then it's the fact that they're not able to get at this execution out. Of course, the flank is just so big, not only dropping the first, but kind of express laning the push through apartments. They're trying to get away from that threat and instead just walk into an even deadlier one.
So I'm not sure if you saw that in the replay. Basically, what they did was France were running into the bomb site. There were two players checking. One's checking out window. Fine. The second one also checking out window. You don't check out window. You need to check the van, clear your angles. If two people are watching one angle, you might as well have one person. It's not going to work. Two guns are better than one, so point them in the right directions. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out for France, so the tricolor is going to be set back one step. And the nades raining in top mid. He's just going to cause havoc as Johnny Boy will dispatch of Nonic. That's a see you later. Although Mistu will find himself a kill before being blown to oblivion. A million pieces splattering on the wall. And that is the end of that, as three players find themselves against four.
That one's for Beyond the Grave as well. Johnny dead as he drops. I mean, an interesting situation as Tutan finds another one. Fuchs going to be dropped out with an easy headshot, and Straka making cash off that MP9 now. NBL clears up the last one. France coming into this one obviously with pistols, weren't looking to accomplish too much. They do find that one kill onto the Opera, but of course Straka swaps out weapons and then tosses it back. And Johnny Boy, since he has the spawn for mid, should be going back for that window peek versus France, who again don't have their own sniper rifle. So it's going to be up to Johnny to control that portion of the map. France clearly in the previous round looking to split mid from that underpass top mid wombo combo. Doesn't pan out maybe this round, because not only do they find themselves on guns, but they have extra bits of utility this time, Herald, so they can do as they please.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be Johnny Boy hoping for the peak here. There is so much utility, as you said, that there is just opportunities here aplenty for France, as Johnny Boy will be moving his way forward, and what a shot comes through. XMS down, and that's the advantage now in the hands of Argentina. A little country just near the Falklands Islands, which of course is a much greater country, or principality, if you will.
Yep. Little country, big drive, as they're currently sitting 4-0 versus France.
Absolutely. Well, Argentina's well, it's huge, but the Falklands Islands is. Tommy going to be caught out, as he will try and spam down, but Nonic wants his head, but he's not going to get it. Tommy finds one, make that two, so close, but he can't quite close it out. Fuchs going to take him down now in a 3 versus 2, but Straka in a prime position to go large, and he will do just that, taking down Mistu. And a 2 versus 2 now, it's all on France. The pressure is on. Can they now react to the pressure? Nate goes in. That was almost perfect, but Straka lives. And somehow lives again. Keo not going to be able to get that shot off. Pulls out the Molotov and hopes to get the kill. Luckily, Johnny Boy's arrived to support, but Keo already finding one. Johnny Boy missing his shot, and that's the opportunity France needed. The bomb has gone. It is Gonzo. Keo still fighting on the safe bomb site. Johnny Boy has no idea. He's traded out for an M4, but the bomb's going towards B. And this round is all but over unless Johnny Boy can become Johnny Man.
Yeah, absolutely. This is his chance to prove himself. But there's also that AWP still on CT spawn, right? So the save is going to be incredibly tantalizing at this point because he has to know his odds are quite slim. But with that kill, they just doubled in likelihood. Fuchs is already tagged, 26 points of health. He has an aggressive position within the marketplace, and Johnny not making contact because the hardcore parkour brings him up the catwalk style, points aplenty as Johnny starts to close it out towards that site. Fuchs now has the angle, but the smoke grenade going to be a bit of a confusing situation here. Johnny has to be very cautious as this introduces a bunch of different and peculiar angles. So slowly but surely he works his way, checks the van, clots to close the distance. Fuchs going to be putting the Molotov down towards the bomb, but he's taken down through the window and the molly never reaches. That's Johnny Boy with the clutch, and France now down by 5. Fabulous 1 versus 2.
See, I absolutely love that. That's just insane. Johnny Boy is playing the game right there. He messes up Fuchs' timing, and using the time that he's gained there, he's able to play around with the bomb. He's able to put Fuchs under pressure. And that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what Argentina needed. And this gives Argentina such a massive chance. The race to 5 rounds is huge, and they've won it straight off the mark. 0 rounds for France. No AWP, still out. Not much utility. I mean, there's a little bit, I guess, but Argentina don't care right now. They've got everything that they need. Their bank account is so full, they're getting interest. And that's tough.
Yeah.
Interest is real low at the moment, like really low.
Yeah,
really
it's a shame, really.
It is. It's quite sad.
Yep. Still 5v4 now, as Keo's the first casualty of this round. Argentina in that advantage once more. And France, again, in this situation, going to be dealing with a bit of a lack of utility. They still only have 2 smokes left. And, of course, if Argentina can counter utility properly, then they can burn that away and force France into a situation where they have to take it bare into the site. But Mistu has kind of worked his way in towards Connector, looking, of course, to take this up catwalk as the rest of France start to put themselves in position. Now, it's going to be 210 who has to be incredibly cautious, but France spamming away inside ladder room have now revealed this proximity. So 210 cautiously pulling himself away, at least giving himself a bit of an angle and a bit of cover to work with, but now a boost over top of the boxes. This is cheeky, and it could very well net them a frag. It does, as Fuchs and Nonik combine forces to find the equalizer into the 4 versus 4, but it's another frag from Tommy, and another one as Tommy goes big. That's 2, and already now just down to XMS. He's got himself out the window, the bomb nearby, but the CT's already starting to flank all around him. Not that it will matter, as Tommy himself single-handedly stops that push. 3 frags, and he takes 80 bits of damage in the process. So excellent stuff once more from Argentina, and definitely putting the brakes here on France.
Absolutely. I mean, if France wanted to take the momentum from the last game and move it into this one, they don't have that option anymore. This has absolutely dominated them, absolutely put them into a hole. And Argentina, they're the country we did not expect to do much in this tournament. But they're the one that's surprised us the most. They've quit their teams.
Yep.
To practice,
exactly.
Like you told me.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
3 of their players.
But it's working. And
is.
they've put the passion in, you can see that, which is why it's amazing when you see a scene like this. It is unreal. As Tommy nading down, all that damage being done straight off the mark, and he's got support. So Tommy, can he go large again? Probably. AK comes in. 1, make it 2. No, not quite going to happen. And Teuton going to have to defend that site. Gets taken down by Fuchs, and now in a 3 versus 3. That nade is going to go in. The bomb didn't go down in time, so the burn ward will arrive, and that bomb is not going to be planted, thanks to MBL taking that kill. But still in a 2 versus 2. This is still on for France. There's opportunity here. Johnny Boy with that AWP. The bomb, however, is out of control. It's out of containment. Just like the animals in the film with the dinosaurs, which I'm not going to say are out of containment.
Shaka, though, with the pop flash through the smoke, he's going to try to close the distance, and Keo taking a capitalization on the situation. It's just down to Johnny now. We've seen him clutch before, and with the bomb planted, he's got 40 seconds to do it, but he's only got a USP as a secondary. This is going to be a very real limitation, and that's, of course, the reason that Nonik is able to facilitate the frag. And this comes down to Fuchs trading out these entry frags. It's, I mean, not only him grabbing these first initial 2, but France just generally trading every single kill. We see it until it's the 2 versus 1, and they put themselves into that advantage, right? Of course, considering the fact that they just closed that out with a B push, this is kind of a slip up from Argentina, and it leaves France not only in a good position to rebuy this round, but because the previous one was so free, they have now a bit of an economic backbone behind them. They've got that bit of a wiggle space where they can take some initiatives and maybe play a little bit more of their game, as opposed to just trying to play cautiously and dealing with a formidable Argentinian defense. But XMS over here towards B is going to get spammy away here. Tommy's still up close and present, but it's Nonik who pushes in all on his lonesome. An untradeable situation as the player Palace was nowhere near, and now it's just Straka who's netted them the 1-man advantage early on here in round number 8.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just massive play. But the thing is, if Argentina now win this round, it spells disaster. Like you said, they have a bit of an economic backbone, something to play with, a little bit of a hair's length to give them an opportunity. But if they lose this round, the economy is so far gone that they're going to be in serious trouble. France, they need to take this round, and so far, that's not the way they're going. It's not the way they're looking. No AWP to play with. They haven't had an AWP all game. NBL must have heard that jump from XMS. Or maybe. Oh, no, he was expecting the flashbang there. So he turns around, and as the fade will smoke, the smoke will fade. It's going to be NBL playing the offensive game, and I love to see that. He's ready for it. He expects the player, and instead of waiting for the kill to come to him, he takes the kill himself, and he wins his opportunity. He takes his team 1 step closer to winning this round and resetting his enemy. Straka has made his way into the Palace. I don't know how he's done this. There was a player covering Palace, but somehow he's given himself the opportunity. They know where NBL is, but they don't know Straka's there. Fuchs will get the kill, but it's a trade frag. Thank God for Argentina. And still in a 3 versus 2. Covering that cross is Teuton, and he's tagging down Fuchs. 2 HP to play with. And this round is dangerous. The bomb's going to be recovered, but Fuchs is dead. Keo now in a 1 versus 2 has the opportunity to get this round for his team. Take the second, but it's not going to be easy. Only a Deagle and an AK-47 to play with, no utility. not too much going on. And don't forget the nade that's just gone. Tooten going to go down, and no trade coming through as Tommy holding the angle, but there it is. The kill comes through. M4A when has to the face, and Kiyoshima is gone. The defuse comes in, and that is 7 rounds of the board for Argentina, and Zil Chomani for France.
That's unfortunate for them as well. And I mean, it's also unfortunate, as you mentioned, there was that player inside of Palace. That was Keo, who looked to trade frag onto the player underneath balcony, but once he expends that Molotov and tries to spam around a little, he actually falls back to play from ramp, because that's, of course, where the first player died. And in that moment of rotation, it is then that Straka gets himself into Palace, and that completely catches France off guard. He blindsides the one player. Luckily, to their avail, they're able to trade it out and then clear the situation. Keo, again, very close attempt in that 1 versus 2, but luckily, the situation that France had found themselves in with that free round, the freebie off the very light buy. Look, it's 4 AKs once more. Again, that bomb plant definitely cushioned this purchase. That's the difference maker when it comes to the utility we see here for the Frenchman. And again, it's going to be this mid play, looking to bring a player slowly out through underpass. So a delayed mid presence once more. This has been a bit of a go-to, a standard play, so be it. And meanwhile, of course, there's also a player on each extremity. France just playing the total map control and patiently waiting to see if Argentina are going to be looking to throw a spanner in the works.
I'm not sure about this buy from Johnny Boy. Trying to build up his economy, get the money going. Of course, he has got support. So if he can find Kiyoshima and take him down, he can recover that AK-47. And the flash is perfect. Kiyoshima goes down to Straka and Johnny Boy, and Tooten follows it up. And already, this round is going down the gutter pipe. And France are looking really, really mal.
Yeah, I mean, at this situation, obviously it's a 3 versus 5. This is a potential save right here. Unfortunately, there's still so much time that they do have the chance with No-Nick's positioning to try and equalize frags out, but he too is now being surrounded. Good idea from 210 to try to disengage from this situation. Doesn't want to give France any footing whatsoever, but he will drop as No-Nick gets aggressive. It's traded back from Tommy, who now has to deal with the players coming out from apartments. He's up close and personal, but he's looking the wrong way. It's XMS to find another headshot, and now the bomb on towards the site before NBL takes one, but he's caught in the middle of changing weapons. It's Mistu still continuing, and he has to be quick because the players are coming. He has the bomb at 100 HP, but no armor, unfortunately. This, of course, makes him very susceptible, and he tries to go for the cap plant. It's going to expose him to Johnny Boy, who comes up big once more, and Argentina continue 8-1.
8-1 and absolute domination so far. Argentina are just playing out of their mind, and I know the boys are going to be so happy about this. They are playing for their country. They're playing their absolute A game, and France have no answer right now. What can France do except, I mean, just try and play better? This reminds me of Envious right now because they're all skilled players, but they're just not playing skilled as Tommy works his way up, this time with that MP9 in hand. Look at this buy. Johnny Boy doesn't even care. He's got a pistol in hand, and Tommy just wants money. He's like Floyd Mayweather, just stealing those checks after each game. As Tooten going to be spamming through the smoke. 1, 2, can he make it 3? No, but his teammates probably will not. There's Tommy going to go down there. He did make the money, so fair enough. And I really don't want to see them lose this round because they've lost similar rounds, and it's been almost cringeworthy. Mistu going to get a really nice little tap there, and Johnny Boy 1 versus nothing. He's got a teammate as well, so the teammate probably going to be helping him out, and there it is. The teamwork comes straight in, and Kiyoshima finds himself the last man alive. Straka just cleaning up there, and well, they're looking really good. I'm having this really weird twinge. I want to keep pressing the tab button
to check the scoreboard.
Yeah. I can't do it. I keep twinging.
I mean,
you. I appreciate that. But
already in this situation, we've got 4 defuse rounds. You'll give France credit. They've been actually able to find themselves onto the bomb sites when really they shouldn't be. They're finding these bomb plants. It's going to be, of course, cushioning their buys when they do find themselves in those situations because the economy has been kind of one of their enemies. On top of course, Argentina landing great shots, great clutches and whatnot. The retakes have been so on point. And trade fragging as well. It's been France in very few large advantages. It's the little battles they're winning. And yet they haven't won the war. Argentina up by 8, and damage already dealt to Keo. He's trying to find himself on an entry, but instead he takes damage, and Tommy spotting 3. He's going to be poised and prepared, but he's not able to get himself into the safety of the site. So 210's going to give this up. The site control will be given, and France should be able to find themselves another bomb plant. But be cautious, because Mistu is still over here towards mid. As that bomb goes down, it's going to be 3 players inside of the marketplace. 1 man still up towards ladder, waiting for Cat. And if he waits long enough, then Mistu's going to play right into his hands. But it's XMS to knock down another peg here on the side of Argentina. Damage being dealt. 3 players lit for the Frenchman, but 210's now waited long enough that if he were to go back towards the site, he could find frags, but it's going to be a save here from Argentina. And this is actually a very passive decision. I mean, they could, if they wanted to, try to force the issue. They could, if they wanted to, try and grab an extra few kills. But maybe now they're starting to give that respect to France that they should have been giving this entire time. It's, of course, a very stellar opponent, and an opponent that's now maybe found a weakness, as that B site, Harold, has fallen quite often.
See, the problem with the B site hold is Tommy's position, because he's playing it really, really well, but as soon as they know the position, that they can pre-fire it, they can pre-aim it, and they can do that quite effectively. So what he's doing is he's jump spotting on apps, and he's waiting for the short call to come in to say there's someone pushing short. So as soon as short goes down, he goes to the same position every time, and they're pre-firing that now, which is going to be really difficult for him to deal with. But all we need to see from Argentina is a bit of a switch up. Change up your positions, change up your stance, and you're going to win. Unfortunately, the economy is broke for Argentina. And so what do? They say, right, B site's been falling. B site's been weak. They know our positioning on B site. What are we going to do?
Johnny.
Stick a Johnny boy in there. Why not stick a Johnny boy in there? Another fake comes in. This is saying, right, we're going to do the same strat again, except this time we're not going to do it. So I'm liking the passion here, or the continuity from Argentina. They've said, right, we're going to stack A. They're sticking with that.
Yep.
They're not saying, oh, there's some flashbangs over towards B. No. They're staying on A.
They're committed. They're committed. I mean, obviously there's time to burn here, and France is doing exactly that. Now, Kio's going to be the closest player over here towards A. He's, of course, conscientious of the fact that he could be pushed from Palace, but it's going to be these 3 players on side ramp. Now, the problem with this ramp commitment, of course, is that if they do find themselves up connector, like it seems as though they're pushing, they will just be behind the enemy. And unless Argentina are able to push into Kio, grab this AK, and then come back for the retake, they're just going to be hit from both directions. Kio's going to be grabbing their attention as well. This should be an absolute travesty for Argentina, and it is, as Kio takes the first. Nonic with the second, but 210 on top of Palace. He's able to drop one, repositions, and it's a trade frag from Mistu that will solidify France for a 3rd round. Johnny, they put him at B, and he hasn't seen anybody all round long. So he's got 30 seconds, and he takes the bomb carrier. This now making things a little bit interesting, but he has the cover of the triple stack to activate the device. It comes down to whether or not France want to push the envelope and try to take this AWP from the cold, clammy hands of a potentially dead Johnny Boy.
Or do they just want to leave the site and let Johnny Boy defuse? That's also, I guess, an option at this point. He's going to get the kill onto Mistu, and now they think, actually, guys, we should probably get back to this bomb site, because Johnny Boy's going in there, and he's going in ham. If he finds this next kill, there it is! Johnny Boy finds the shot, and now he only needs to find Nonic. Oh, the timing is so off, but Johnny Boy gets taken down at the last second. But that was so scary. Pardon me, that was so scary.
I mean, I think you summed it up perfectly. That was almost a choke. You were making the sound effects, and I appreciate that.
Oh, you little devil.
9-3, France coming back ever so slightly, but an incredibly close situation that not only is going to rattle you to the bones, but also cost you. 2 players dropped out of that situation. I mean, the initiative for Johnny Boy to take that is just such confidence versus, you know, arguably more skilled, more established players, or at least players from a country with a little bit more counter-strike structure. And it's Johnny Boy once more, but this time not on an AWP. And Argentina, quite honestly, do have a stark limitation with their utility. It's only 2 smoke grenades left, and they have to expend it, of course, to keep France at bay. But it helps when Straka gets aggressive. That's the frag inside of Palace. Kio on his lonesome, and Johnny damn near finds a second. It's a tag Mistu inside of Connector, 12 points of health remaining. All 3 players now for the side of France, starting to push down towards the bottom of mid, but they have to be cautious as Argentina are poised, prepared, and ready. 2 players on that A site, and then also the 3rd man passively holding within the CT spawn. That, of course, if they boost into the window to try to angle this up, well, they're walking right into the lying weights of Argentina. But instead, they take it catwalk, and there's still a player up from the apartments. This is going to be a very tough spot for France, as they're going to find themselves sandwiched between 2 separate Argentinian units.
Yeah, this is a tough position to play, especially when you're a man down and Mistu is on 12 HP, but we know that their B bomb site hold is strong, and that's important, as Mistu is going to be forced back by the presence. And there's a miss by Fuchs coming through. The repeat could be deadly, but NBL finding Mistu now. That's the low player down. Now they have nothing to worry about. They can go from apps, they can go from short, they can go from market, they can go everywhere right now and just hammer home the point. Tommy spots out Fuchs. He gives that position away, so the short push can come in, and it's all about teamwork at this point. Tommy moving forward is going to be spotting nothing except kills, taking down Nonic, and Argentina 10 rounds to 3. If they take this 12-3, by God, I will be shocked. And Argentina are absolutely hammering this one home. Whew!
I mean, it's Argentina not only on the retake once more, but if you do keep an eye on the scoreboard, you'll see it's frags aplenty for everybody. The kill differential here is not that wide. Tommy, of course, leading the charge. Johnny Boy hot on his heels, but everybody putting in work. And I've got to say, the synchronization once more on that retake, you mentioned they're coming from Catwalk, they're coming from Market, and also Apartments, but they're patient enough to wait. And even despite not having a defuse kit, knowing that they had to go, or excuse me, they might have just put the player who didn't have one on that bomb, but regardless, waiting patiently, cautiously, and then panning it out perfectly. They don't even lose a single player in that retake. It's just a complete overwhelming push. And the double frag to Mistu. What a bit of team play. It's Tommy and 210 to combine forces and find the first. 5v4 advantage once more for Argentina. France definitely on the back foot here.
Oh, absolutely. That's the up and down. And Mistu is thinking, yeah, probably should have paid attention to those 2 flying rocks coming at my face. But it's still only 1 man down. France are on 3 rounds. If they can close this out 10-5, they definitely have a chance of getting back into this one, but they're letting it slip right now. Straka has spotted Keo, and there goes the head. Takes it clean off his body. And then a 5 versus 3, when you're 10 rounds to the good, this becomes a problem. Why is there a bird in the production room? Did you hear that?
I don't ask questions here.
No? Okay. Fair enough. XMS now working his way forward. AWP in hand. He's recovered that from Misto. Is he going to be finding some nades? No, he's going to be finding his grave right there as Strucker finds the 2nd kill of the game. Cuckoo kill. Johnny Boy now taking down Nonick, and this is when it becomes Argentina show all day long. I've always been a Johnny Boy fan. I love him. And I just love to see him play like this. He is just a character. I feel like he's the next Fallen, I really do. And Tootin going to close that round out. I honestly think Johnny Boy could be the next Fallen.
He's got the heart, he's got the passion.
Yeah.
I mean, remember
and
when
he's got the skill.
When they won, that's another thing. Absolutely. That's the most crucial part. He does have the skill. Look at that.
Look at that.
Eat nades, noob. Down and out. Dropped.
That's bloody Kobe Bryant right there.
Yep. If Counter-Strike doesn't work out, both those players could definitely play in the NBA.
Probably not, but like...
You're right.
It's the concept.
3 Tech 9s and a Deagle here for the side of France. It's only Nonick equipped with a primary weapon. Now, they do have nades to set the play, but it's Straka with a headshot. Mistu down and out. Tommy as well looking to deal some damage. Fuchs eating more nades, and the Molotov burning players alive. It's going to be a 3-man crossfire as once again they topple 1 by 1. It's only Nonick left. And again, Straka timing it perfectly, finding the flank, but Nonick hitting the kill, of course, making that noise did cost him, but it's still a 4 versus 1. Nonick with no positioning, no bomb control, and no chance of winning this round. It should be, and most likely will be, a 12-3 half. My God.
And Scrawny, this is the day I became an Argentina fan.
Yep.
This is huge. Absolutely massive. And the thing is, they left their teams to join, or to scrim as Argentina.
Yes.
But after this event, what's to stop them becoming this team? Nothing. Nothing at all.
That's an incredibly good point.
I thank you.
Well
Thank you, sir. I mean, it's not the strongest French lineup, I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, let's contextualize properly.
This is still...
impressive.
Yeah, very, very impressive. France should be winning this. Kiyoshima is an incredibly good player. This is... he still plays for a Tier 1 team.
Yep,
or
absolutely.
Potentially Tier 2. But, you know, that's your opinion. Nonick now, just trying to do whatever he can. He knows the bomb's out of his control. He knows he has no chance in this round, and there we go. Johnny Boy's going to tell him that.
It's the discipline that Argentina are showing that's so impressive. They are not taking any of these situations, despite being at a 12-3 scoreline versus France. They do not push and try to find that final kill. They sit on the bomb, wait, and of course eventually he has to show himself, right? So Argentina just taking this one, and again, every single player showing up. It's Tommy leading the charge and Johnny Boy with that little bit of a push, but every single player on the Argentinian team is finding kills and finding success, and the same can't be said for the entire team of France. They are being honestly rocked here.
They're being walked all over.
Exactly. And there's situations within this game where, of course, I just said Argentina are playing with discipline, but there's also moments where they're playing with no respect to France, when they're going for these pushes, constant flanks, constant underpass, sneaky plays, right? It's that sort of stuff that just goes to show Argentina are ready to take this one home. But France is on the CT side now, and if they're ever going to bring it back, it's here and now. The pistol, a must. As the smoke goes down onto the site, it's going to counteract the positioning of XMS, and the flashbang towards mid does allow Tommy to push himself through that smoke, and he's met by Kia, who finds the first headshot, and he spots more players here having to be cautious. He has the support of Nonick to be able to trade. It's a 5 versus 3. Again, there is no kit on the side of the Frenchman, so they have to take these frags quickly. Straka finding the only one for Argentina. It will be France still in this game, but of course it's only the pistol. Some would argue an anomaly. Going forward, how much more can they find?
Well, I mean, they've given themselves the opportunity now.
Yes.
It's only 12-3. It is 12-3. There's still opportunities here. There are 4 rounds before Argentina win this game. If France take 3 off the back of this, they say they take 2 rounds, then they win a rifle round. They are back in this game. They can get up to 8. They can get up to potentially 9. And they are still in this game. It's not over until the fat lady sings.
Yep.
So if we could just get your mother in here and we'll finish this off.
I appreciate that.
No worries.
She loved the limelight.
Yeah.
MP9s across the board for France. Looking to make some moolah. They have that UMP as well, with Mistu bringing it in off the M4. So lots of utility here to play with. In France, looking to build bank. This is a smart play because when they do eventually lose a round, it all comes back to what kind of form they can bounce back with. And if their coffers are empty, they will have nothing to fall upon. This instead gives them a real chance at finding success. And Argentina only on P250s here, and only 3 of them, 2 Glocks, no utility whatsoever. This should be an easy cleanup from France, and yet they play it cautiously. Look how much respect they are giving to Argentina, just patiently holding their sights, not looking to take too much of an initiative. It's a minute 15 left before Keo finally starts peeking and pondering in towards ramp, and he's going to be a bit of resistance. Tommy next to the corner gets the kill. Now, it's only an MP9 picked up, but it is going to be a man advantage here on towards the A site, and XMS in an untradeable position right now has to be extra cautious. Of course, there is a man nearby, and that was Straka. He knocked down and out. It's a very quick rotation from Argentina, already heading out towards that B site. Now, France have themselves a crossfire close on this doorway, but what this will allow, of course, is both players to be exposed when they do peek. With those bullets going downrange, they find the first. Tommy going to be traded out. Fuchs, however, catching them off guard. He's going to line them up, and it is only going to be 210 left standing. That's nice positioning from France. The first man catches them off guard, and as soon as they deal with them, you can see the attention from the side of Argentina shift towards the site. Never saw the second player. Great positioning from France.
Are we going to see the glass cannon here?
Ooh.
No.
No.
No. So, a really nice start there from France to get themselves back into this one. And like you say, Fuchs, absolutely massive play to keep his team alive in this one. If he goes down there, that's a 3 versus 2. And they have a bomb plant. Even if they lose, they've got a bomb plant. They've got money going into this next one. It's definitely going to be an AWP. And that's really bad stuff. But Mistu holding on to mid. NBL going to get tagged up, but not fragged up, as he will be able to fall in behind the boxes, give himself somewhat of an opportunity to do some work. No idea what that does, by the way. No, I'm sure you have an idea, but tags are coming through now. And finally, Mistu will find himself a kill, taking down Tutankhamun. And now falling back to the welcoming arms of his teammate. But is it enough? Is it going to be the break that France needed? Or is Straka about to dispatch Kirishima to another dimension? Yeah, it's the second one. The A-bomb site now is weakened. But Mistu keeping himself alive there. And XMS completely undetected over towards the A ramp. XMS is going to be able to catch him out here. And Straka is going to go down, leaving it a 3 versus 4. And with the advantage firmly in the hands of France, especially with NBL solo, with only a Galil to play with. It's going to be the B site attack. Fuchs once again playing a cheeky little beaky angle. This time it's checked. Still gets 2 kills before Tommy takes him down, leaving himself in a 1 versus 3 situation. No Nick up close and personal, going to take him straight out of the equation. Yeah. And that is 6 rounds. Like I say, they win the first gun round, and now there's a real chance for France to take this one back.
Yeah, I mean, they've got what they need. The economy is rolling. $8.3 thousand on Fuchs before he starts to buy up into this one, and that's still going to leave him with 2.5 after the purchase. 2 players above 4K as well. There is that cash flow. Meanwhile, on the side of Argentina, they're bottomed out. It's going to be a few bits of pistols here, a flashbang as well, so obviously it's just going to be a fast A play. Looking for, at most, a bomb plant if they're lucky, maybe a couple kills, and if they can acquire a couple weapons, then the odds increase of something more. But it's XMS playing a passive angle. This is smart. They're playing the distance, right? It allows, of course, for the T side to get out onto the site, but if they don't deal with XMS, he should be able to peek wide and deal with this. He finds the player to the top of the stairs, peeks wide and grabs the second. Mistu with a headshot as well is just swiftly cleaning these up. It's an anti-eco round for France. They're expected to find the frags, but it's still the bomb plant for Argentina,
this is what I was going to say.
And that's a success.
And they're already on max loss bonus, so they can now pick up an AWP quite comfortably. That's when it gets worrying, because we haven't seen the AWP presence coming out from France to a degree in which we can be confident that they're going to be able to defend, especially when Johnny Boy's playing as he is and is just ready to take frags on frags. Now, it's been pretty dominant so far this half from France, but once we see this Johnny Boy AWP coming out from Straka to preserve money, this is when it gets worrying. Tommy up on 20 kills. And that's pretty big stuff.
That's big.
That is big. He's had a kill around.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
So let's see now if Johnny Boy can turn the tide of battle. He is, of course, going to have the AWP in hand. And although the smoke goes down, he is going to have to back off. By the way, you know that's not a cough button, right?
Is it not?
It doesn't actually mute you, it just means you can't hear yourself.
Alright.
You'd have to do this.
That's not what I was explaining, but I'm glad you did. 4 versus 4 in this situation here as France try to push up in towards connector. It's going to cost Tommy as he gets headshotted down. And now, of course, it's the T side with the advantage, but no Nick pushing through the smoke at the perfect timing. Fans out. NBL with the trade frag. XMS unknown, able to take another. It's 2v2, equalized state, but again, now it's down to Fuchs. He has himself his M4. He's got a double flash and an incendiary with a kit. But the Molotov buying time. It pushes him back. And of course, there's no utility for Argentina. They have to get this bomb down, but they're being incredibly cautious. Unfortunately for them, they're not able to plant for A main where Johnny's sitting. Fuchs does have to eventually cross, and that's going to be excellent for the side of Argentina. But he has the double flash, and if he can time it superbly, then there's very real chance that he gets this cross. Now, he does find himself inside of Sandwich. NBL going to be tagged in the engagement, and he takes the headshot to Johnny. It's a second. Fuchs coming in big. That's great positioning. He takes himself to the top of the stairs, expects, of course, Johnny to be sitting back in a passive position, and then certainly wins both duels. Excellent stuff to keep France alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping his team in this one so much right now. And Fuchs, once again, clutches. He's been left in these positions where he has to come out big for his team so many times. And each time he seems to put up a pretty good fight. He may not be winning a lot, but now in the second half, he really has started to win. And, well, in life, all it's really about is winning. So if anyone ever tells you otherwise, they're wrong.
Excellent.
Thank you. Always win, never lose. Don't take second place.
That's what Argentina are looking to do, but slowly and certainly France is coming back. It's a 4-point lead now. That's all they've got. But it is guns once more here for Argentina. And an AWP on Johnny once more. They've been able to find themselves that bomb plant. It's not that these rounds haven't been close, but France is still hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And it's a passive play, just giving Johnny time to try and find his picks, right? They do play off of him, as he is kind of that star power player. But Keo looking to take the mid presence as well. No op inside of window, but instead the top of connector. And if NBL peeks wide, this could very well cost them. They have to be cautious. As the bomb does rotate over towards A, it looks as though they're going to be trying this mid to A split towards that site once more. It's Mistu with the kill over from the B site. Catwalk down and out. France going to be rotating back into the A site and now expending utility. Unfortunately for the side of Argentina, this once more delays their push.
Yeah, again, Argentina now to get through this AWP of Kirishima, who could do nothing, apparently, as he will miss the shot completely, and NBL given an opportunity to now get into the bomb site. There is, of course, one player stranded on the site. That's XMS just hoping to get something out of it, but Nonik coming in from behind finds one, and Striker takes down XMS on the bomb site. And Mistu holding down with that BOMB in hand, and Johnny Boy wants his head. But so far, he's not going to be able to get it. They know where Nonik is, and they may be aware of some other positions, but not too much. Nonik, 21 HP. Oh, this is too much for me. Straka is just trying to kill him so much, but it's not working as Mistu takes down Johnny Boy, and now Nonik wants to go for the peak and somehow gets that kill on no HP. Now Tommy all alone, goes for one, goes for two. Can he make any more of this situation? 8 seconds, he needs to plant, and he has no choice, and the push comes through. It's Kirishima charging him down. Oh, what? No. Tommy finds the kill, and Mistu takes him out with a 3K in the round, and Mistu just saves that round for his team. If Tommy found that 4K and won the round, yeah, that would be the end of the game for me.
I mean, if Mistu even has an extra second, or excuse me, if Tommy even has an extra second in that situation, then we have a very real chance for it. Luckily, Mistu's able to be hot on the heels of Kirishima, who tried to deny the bomb plan, but that is another point. He wasn't successful in stopping it, so it's again cash flow on the side of Argentina. Another close round. They have more control in their situation on this T side so far, I think, than France did.
Yeah.
But again, it's France with the retakes. The same that we saw from Argentina. And this time we catch Mistu with an opening frag. Johnny Boy, he's going to lose that op duel. But NBL is able to pick up the weapon. Mistu with the jump down towards underpass now does put himself at risk. But NBL missing that shot will allow for him to escape with his life. And now it's France with a formidable 5 versus 4.
Close. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. Real close now. And I think it's pretty safe to say France are getting way back into this. And the clutches are coming out. We're seeing just so many tight moments where this game could go one way or another. And somehow France are the ones coming out on top. Maybe it's their pride. Maybe it's their skill. Or maybe it's Maybelline. We'll have to wait and see, because Argentina, they're somewhat in a slump. They need to find themselves a kill. They need to get around to get themselves back into the mental game. The mind games are so on in Counter-Strike. And really, you need to be winning that if you want to be winning rounds. It is going to be the B strike coming through. And of course, it is only Nonic and Fuchs to defend. But that being said, the B defense has been very, very strong so far. But an opening frag could mean quite a lot. Nonic going to be putting a flash down for his teammate. Missed shot from MBL once more as Fuchs takes down Tootin. Finally, Strucker will take one in return. And they know where Fuchs is. They should kill him, and MBL will find the kill. 2 versus 3 now, as the bomb will go down. We've seen France do it many, many times. But are we going to see it now? Needs to be careful, Straka, but he's not going to be. And the flank is on its way, as MBL has to find a kill right now. Otherwise, he's in trouble because the flank is en route. It's XMS trying to take him down. And, well, they know exactly where he is now. He jumps, he's a dead man, or is he? NBL turns around and finds the kill. He's got the bomb in hand so soon. And he's going to be going for this bomb plant. There's not enough time for them to rush him. Or is there?
There is.
NBL going to go down. Once again, France just playing the time here. Argentina need to hurry up.
That round won by Fuchs, because when he kills that first player coming from apartments, that's the bomb carrier dropped. And when the bomb drops on the opposite side of the door frame, Fuchs is still holding that very hard angle to be dispatched from. That's why we see the player NBL come jumping from the windowsill. He has to take the side exit in order to get away from that very deadly angle. And because he jumps out the window, he's never able to grab the bomb. So when they get that 2 versus 3 and have the opportunity to plant it, they don't have it in their possession. The rotation comes over, and then, of course, we see it, right? Denied. No bomb plant means, of course, the cash flow is going to be a little bit stagnant for the side of Argentina, as has been their success thus far in the second half. And that's the scary part. I mean, France, with players who have this much of an experience, these are the kinds of teams who can certainly come back from these situations, right? We've seen France try to grind out games all tournament long. And to see Argentina now sputter, I'm starting to get worried.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This is getting intense now, and as you can see on your screen, the HP Omen. What a monster of a beast! Look at that thing. I mean, it just looks fearsome and robotic.
It does.
The HP Omen, of course.
Now, this current pause, ladies and gentlemen, we're inclusive here at eFrag.
Oh yeah, ladies, gentlemen, binary, transgender,
everyone.
Yes.
In this situation, they are taking a tactical pause, Argentina, and it's a perfect time to do it because they need a solution. They've gotten things close, but it's just, again, the same thing that France struggled with, closing out the rounds. They've been able to find footing. They've been able to find advantageous positions, but never enough to put rounds on the board, which at this point, with both teams being on the double digits, there's no more margin of error. You can't afford to slip now. Every single round does count. And it's going to get to the point where it doesn't even matter in what form the rounds are won, but rather that the victory is put onto the scoreboard, right? 2 points for Argentina. Nothing thus far on the T side. 4 bomb plants out of 4 bomb plants out of 7 rounds. Only 3 times have they not found themselves onto the site with success. And even, you could argue, some of those elimination victories come where a bomb plant could have been possible.
Yeah.
With only a few differing variables. But it's Argentina to take this one slowly towards B once more. They have to be cautious, of course, as it is Fuchs once again just jump peeking, trying to grab the information, and a very limited amount of purchasing for the side of Argentina. It's Tech 9's, a couple bits of body armor, and they use these flashbangs to now blind Fuchs. Nonic, he's going to be caught with a nade in hand, but he's able to line it up and take down 2. Swaps to the secondary as Fuchs now chimes in with a frag of his own. It's France all across the kill feed, and Straka isolated back because of the utility usage. Once more, France has stopped them in their tracks. It's Nonic now confirming the positioning here from Straka. Straka revealing himself and trying to run for his life with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, there's no choice for him now. He has no opportunity to plant the bomb, get near the bomb, or do anything with the bomb. He has to just either back off or try and get a kill, save a weapon, and move it into the next round. Apart from that, there's not much that can be done here. Straka going to go straight down to Nonic, and that is 12-11. This is getting close. This was a 12-3 half. That is insane. The fact that Argentina have let slip so much. We now have the AWP back out on Yoni Boy. And even if Argentina win this round, they need to keep that going. It needs to be a streak of rounds that they are winning consistently and effectively. Otherwise, they're just going to be in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. But France now with a double op setup again. That's the thing. They've got the cash flow to expend these sorts of situations, and they've got the players for it too. But he's still going to be caught at the bottom of mid, takes the peek towards underpass. So France again gathering knowledge very early on, and an excellent bit of marksmanship from Keo. XMS with the positioning here could find themselves 3. They start to filter out, and he knocks them down. One after another, they topple, and there's the third as well. Excellent individual performance once more, leaving just Straka again as the last man standing. This time he finds a bit of footing with a single frag, but traded out in 75 points of health. It's an easy cleanup as XMS takes the aggression, and France take the round.
Yeah, Fork in around there for XMS, just absolutely dominating over towards the Palace, taking the bomb planter down and 2 other players with it, is one way of very, very effectively taking yourself the advantage into the round. Back onto an eco now for Argentina, and this gives the opportunity. I'm not sure what they're eking. They definitely have money. France, double op setup, still working out for them. Is this a half force or what? What are we seeing here? I don't like it, whatever it is. As Mr. Orp in middle is just going to be holding down. Finds nothing on the first shot, but he will go for the repeat on short as Keo helps him out, taking down MBL. And already this round is looking dire. Orp still hunting for a kill. Nice nades go down there onto Straka, and that's the only man with the AK in hand. So he needs to be doing work. If he's not, he's in trouble because that AK is powerful. Nonic going to be able to find one, and he goes for the second kill, but it's not going to come in for him. Mistu almost going down there. Needs to be very careful. Straka getting taken down with a no-scope of Kirishima, and Mistu finding Johnny Boy. It's only 2 versus 4 now. And Mistu just backing off, spamming away as France takes down Tutankhamun. It's all on Tommy. Can he get any work done? Nonic asking a question to ascertain information about the economy. And the lead is now in the hands of France. Why, Straka, don't tell him.
10 consecutive rounds. That's nuts. And the scary part is if you look at the leaderboard, or the scoreboard rather, those bomb those bomb plants have stopped. These rounds are no longer close. Gun round, anti-eco, doesn't matter. It's Argentina slipping. They're losing their footing. They were competitive in the early bits of this half, but now it's France with form. And this is, I think, kind of what we would expect. If Argentina were going to make this a competition, it was still going to be France to prevail. And they could be very well doing exactly that. But again, it's this mid-play. Argentina slowly pushing their players through underpass, and the smoke grenade from window should push back Fuchs. But if he throws down that incendiary, it will again buy some time. It's extinguished, unfortunately for him. And now Argentina have this mid-control uncontested. And looking to bring this one up towards connector, it's going to be tough as Mistu checks this bit of a fading smoke. They do have positionings on towards the site and a man inside of ramp to help. And one player here for Argentina still over towards the back of Palace. Straka going to be bringing it in a staggered split. But still Mistu trained on towards it. Johnny catches his legs and takes them out from underneath him. Mistu down and out here 5v4 for Argentina.
Yeah, and a massive opportunity for Argentina. Finally, they try and get themselves back into this one. But the positioning being taken by France is so liberal. They're being given so much opportunity to get wherever they want. And Argentina, they just don't have a reply to that. They're not taking map control. They're only taking one area. They take mid, they take apps, or they take near to A. That's all they've done so far. Tommy trying to fend off Fuchs here. He probably will be able to get this kill on 1 HP. Fuchs is in trouble. Please don't tell me Fuchs wins this engagement. I'll cry. I will genuinely cry because that shouldn't happen. Finally, Fuchs goes down, but Keo there for the trade, leaving it 3 versus 4 now. Putting the pressure on for Kirishima. Tutankhamun here, ready to cut off those rotations. He knows what's going on. He knows his team could use him in that position. I'd rather he didn't push it. One tag comes through from Keo. He's not had the best day of his life. The nade goes in to take NBL out of the equation. Tutankhamun finally takes down Kirishima. That bomb needs to go down. It's just in the nick of time with 4 seconds remaining. The bomb will be planted. And the remaining 2 French players ready to take this. But Johnny Boy says, you know what? Enough is enough. Die. That was my Argentinian accent. I'm not sure if it was any good.
Me neither. But what is good is the fact that Argentina have found themselves form. Because even if somehow Nonic win this round, they found the bomb plant. And that just means that maybe the solution here. Of course, it's just Nonic waiting for the exit frags. Eventually, these players are going to have to expose themselves. And at this point, he's probably just looking for frags, as it is not his favored situation. But certainly that's what he's waiting for. Straka going to be starting to clear out these angles, and it's Nonic to drop. He doesn't even grab a single, so 3 players for Argentina able to survive off of that one. And now it's a tied game once more. Round 27. There's only 4 left here, and it's anybody's game. But if France reset them economically, that's what I'm worried about.
It's over. But this is the most equal game we've had so far that I think can go to overtime. I genuinely think this might go to overtime at this point because these teams are so closely contested. It just depends if Argentina can now wake up that T side. That T side. Of course, the CT side was very, very strong. And Kirishima now going aggressive in mid, being held by NBL, so he is aware of the position. Just making sure Keo can't get too much for his buck. Too much bang in that pocket of Kirishima's. He's going to back off. So they've got mid-control in the hands of France. And this is what I was talking about last round. Every time we see France taking map control because Argentina just ignore the area. They are covering off mid, but this is Mirage. You need to have mid control, even if it's one player just fiddling about at the top of mid, just so that the other players can't get themselves up close and personal. That's all you need to do at the end of the day. But right now, Argentina are failing to do that and giving absolute liberties to France.
I mean, this is the thing, right? Is NBL is trying to play mid, but he's waiting for the absolute commitment to the push. Keo can still just sit on the edge of that corner and have the information. The information's gained. Sure, okay, he doesn't take that initiative, but he knows very well there could be a man waiting like there was. So what that does is it relies on the over-aggression from France, who, as disciplined players, shouldn't be going for exactly that. And they don't. They fall off back from the top of mid, but they've gained all the information. And XMS inside of ramp, again, as you said, not taking map control will cost Argentina, and it is exactly that that puts them back to the 5v4. Now, players starting to congregate themselves towards B site, but it's miStu to the top of connector to find the first, and B hops his way around the corner as NBL. He's going to be looking to grab the attention of the players near the site. It's Nonic back by the back of Vench, but NBL finds the kill, and it's traded back as Nonic does find the headshot, but Tommy doing the same here with success. Both players dropping down, and the bomb now on the ground. It's 3 players make it 2 as Nonic drops to the op of Johnny. 5 seconds here on the clock. There's just barely any time, and he taps it once, doesn't find the plant or the frag. It's France to take the lead once more, and the reset for Argentina damn near solidifies this one.
Yeah, so France should definitely be able to take this now. If they can't, well, God help France is all I can say, and it will just be proof that in the Napoleonic War, God was on our side.
Very well.
Technically yours as well, if we go back in time. So you can be a part of this. Don't worry.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to have your pen now.
It's all about inclusion.
This is my pen.
Okay. 2 pistols for the side of Argentina. A Deagle alone on Johnny, so that's obviously a huge limitation. And nades as well, and this is going to be keeping France away from that 15th point. The problem is, of course, they've bottomed themselves out here. They are not playing for overtime. They are, unless, didn't catch the cash, but if they just, no, there's no way. They spent way too much money. There's no way they have any money left after. So Argentina incredibly committed to this victory, and unfortunately for them, it's Johnny to take initial damage. Now, again, they do still have a few smoke grenades. They can set up some sort of a play, but they can't afford to lose players, and therefore should play together as a unit. But of course, as we said, when you play together, that's when it gives up map control to France, who have been very spot on with taking these initiatives. XMS is near the palace where there is a sole man. If he's able to take down Straka and push into this position, then the ramp push that Argentina are going to be relying on is completely compromised.
Yeah, this is absolutely nail-biting now. This is the last-ditch effort for Argentina to try and win this game. If they don't win this, they're going to be in the same by next round. It's not going to be good. They're going to be really, really weak. XMS looking for the opening as Keo finds NBL. XMS follows it. Keo follows it again. This is over. Tommy now the last man alive. He's found himself one, looking for some more, but I just don't see it coming. miStu diving over the top of his head. He's already been naded down to 50 HP. Flush comes in. He can't recover the bomb just yet. He will find himself absolutely nothing, and he's going to go down. That's match point on the board for Francais. And I think 2 little words we're going to be saying quite soon are Le Fin.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is. That's actually very right. Excellent French. Now, of course, with Argentina in that situation, they have 2 smoke grenades left. They had 3 at the beginning of the round, and if they wanted to go for that A play, then I think the CT smoke would have been key, because it's obviously key. Yeah, exactly. Keo, who sits right there and knocks them down as they try to push the out. And already being at that man disadvantage, they couldn't afford it whatsoever. Definitely cements the victory here for France, but it's only Tech 9s for Argentina. There is still a chance, and it's aggressive push out towards A. XMS already here and willing to stop it as 210's tagged. Keo waiting on the cross with the double op as miStu's near the top of stairs and waiting for exactly that. Johnny's going to be able to put down this bomb plant, and miStu damn near finds the angle, but now with the bomb activated, they should be able to fall back in towards the A ramp after plant. The unfortunate situation is if they take these long-range duels, they have no primary weapons. And Keo finding one more frag on the retake from CT. He's got 2 players by him if need be, but they're looking to get aggressive, and Tommy takes the headshot. Now it's 2 as Johnny Boy combines his nade and his gun. This could very well be 1 more for Argentina unless Keo comes up huge.
Yeah, but they're playing this so patient. Johnny just knows where he is. He's playing it patient, baiting him out, and Keo has no choice but to die to this bomb. And whereas Argentina may be going down as well, it doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to save that AWP. I'm sorry, I'm just calling that, even though we don't get to see it. Argentina, they give themselves the opportunity to go to overtime, but France still have money. They still have the banks. This is not overtime yet. Argentina still have to play this one, and the AWP was saved. That is key. That's absolutely essential. Was that a Tech 9 eco?
Yes, it was. All right, it was Tech 9. They bottomed out. It was armor, a couple nades, Tech 9s only.
They didn't have any money?
No.
Okay, so they didn't eco that?
No.
Okay.
That was playing for it.
Yeah.
And they won.
Okay, I thought they'd ecoed that and banked on the fact that they won so they could get an AWP.
No, not even.
That would be an insane strat meta.
Oh, Johnny.
Insane meta strat.
If he wasn't flashed there, that could have been an easy headshot. But Fuchs instead going to be laying down some smoke. This, of course, keeping Argentina back for the moment. And if he sprays this smoke, he could have maybe dealt some damage. But the Molotov does, of course, indicate that there is a presence. So the grenade coming back, unfortunately, hits an off angle, not dealing any damage. And now Argentina, as opposed to disengaging from this situation, will remain in position, poised and prepared. But it's another Molotov, this time from the T side, as Argentina edge their way ever so slightly closer. It's Mistu with the AWP through the window to stop out Tommy, the bomb retrieved, and now it is Argentina to fall on back. But the situation here is the same one we found in round 28, where they're in the 4 versus 5. They've expended utility at this point, and therefore have put themselves in an incredibly tough situation, with the time only forcing their hands second by second.
Yeah, absolutely. This is so close, with only 38 seconds remaining potentially in this game. This could not be any closer. Johnny Boy, AWP in hand, he has to go huge, not just for himself, not just for this game, but for his country right now, because this is insane. Mistu going to take him down now. It's a 2 versus 5 as Fuchs takes down Tutankhamun. No Nick finding himself a kill, and DL finds himself the last man alive, but he can't make it happen, and that is the end of that.
That is one of the situations that's absolutely heartbreaking. A 12-3 half to a 14-16 loss. Now, Argentina have showed heart, and they were looking to prevail, but now what they're going to have to show is some durability. They're not out of the tournament, and they'll look to bounce back. These guys can certainly do it, and they have proved that. But it is going to go back to the desk. They'll unpack it for us, as it is a jammed one.
Over to you, Jimmy Job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.